I wanted to talk about the chemistry between a fixer and predator. The reason why they have chemistry is because their neuroses match. So hopefully you can start seeing that, right? And I think I'll reserve this for another section. Okay, just quickly I'll finish this off and then we'll take a break. So the fixer on the surface could actually be extremely accomplished and successful because his coping strategy is to achieve. All right, so on the outside you think he's got everything going for him. He doesn't even have to be a nerd or a geek. He could be totally put together and very successful in the worldly sense. Lots of money and all the other stuff that other people crave. And he could even have a great body and lots of money. And what else does he need? Right? And so why wouldn't girls go after him? But the predator will methodically learn the underlying insecurities and self-doubts and use them against him. And in fact, the more on the outside he seems successful, the bigger the prey, right? The bigger the prey. So then the bigger the predator will come. And it's pretty easy when you're a predator or you've been around the scene to be able to spot people's insecurities and self-doubts. And it's pretty easy to trigger these and see them come out and then see their vulnerabilities and then use them. But then if they're good to show off to other people, and if you could, so one of the reasons why having like a guy would want a hot girl as a victim, a guy predator having a hot girl victim, codependent victim would be great, because now not only do you get the ego supply from her, but you get the ego supply from all of the people who look up to her, right? So you're up on what do you call it? The feeding chain, the supply chain, the prey pyramid, whatever they call that. Food chain, thank you, food chain. And same the other way around, right? So if you're a really cool guy that lots of guys respect and all that, pickup artist, right? The better you are seen, the more narcissistic ego stroking you can get out of being with you, the bigger that you are as prey for her. And so this would normally attract the big predators. And fixers are perfect for this because they're addicted to helping others. So even though they put up a front, they're actually really on the inside wounded children who are repeating the pattern of achieving and pleasing to get love. And the reason, earlier I talked in other courses about one up, one down dynamics, like a seesaw dynamic in a relationship. And that seesaw dynamic is there when there's a fixer and a narcissist. I learned later on, and I put that into rock solid relationships, that it doesn't have to be one up, one down. It doesn't have to be a zero-sum game. But when you're a fixer or you're a predator or you're a narcissist or codependent, it is a zero-sum game. And fixers hate being in the one-up position. Unconsciously, they hate it. They don't know how to handle it. So they keep putting themselves in the one down, and then they hate being in the one down. And they just generally have a horrible life. Okay. And also the predators won't let them stay in the one-up. Because when the predator seduces with her fragility, so she will share tales about former boyfriends or lovers who assaulted her. So this is a normal trait. This is a normal strategy. You can appeal to the white knight in the boy by putting yourself as the victim, right? Like that abusive ex-boyfriend, you tell the story. As soon as she tells the story about the abusive ex-boyfriend, that guy is hooked. And now he sees himself as the defender. He is the knight who will ride to her defense. And these guys become outraged at this. How could he do that to you? I'll rescue you. And now she's like, yep, got him. And then basically these fixers anxiously attach themselves to females that they date. And I mean this in the technical sense of anxious attachment style. And they continually choose partners they think will never leave them. And they hold on to them, please don't ever leave me. So this is a whole other, this opens up a whole other can of worms of attachment styles and understanding. Anxious attachment, avoidant attachment, anxious avoidant attachment. So it all comes together. And the predator fits this profile, obviously, that he's looking for, until she dumps him for another guy, for another victim, or for another source of ego supply. And that is when his fragile ego takes a nosedive, and his original core neediness is triggered again.